Thank you, Danny here, and welcome to another episode. This past month I've been really busy with work and the holidays, so I didn't have a ton of time to play games, but I've still got a lot of great stuff to talk about. And first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Aura Sword. He won my Christmas giveaway and he chose the game Monster Hunter Tri for the Nintendo Wii. I really appreciate everyone entering. It was a lot of fun to do, and the game got there safe and sound, so congratulations, the Aura Sword. Next, I just recently passed 5,000 subscribers, so I want to say thanks to everyone who subscribes and watches my channel. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking for some suggestions of what I could do for a 5,000 subscriber special. And as you can see from the shelves behind me, they're kind of in disarray. I'm reorganizing my game room, so for now, I will not be doing a game room tour. But any other suggestions, I'd really like to hear some of the things that you guys would like to see. I was thinking about maybe doing a Q&A, something like that. But leave me some suggestions, anything you think I should do. Before I talk about the games I've been playing, I'd like to talk about some recent gaming news. The first thing is, Nintendo just held a conference yesterday announcing some information about the Nintendo 3DS. I'm sure most of you already heard a lot of the information, but if you haven't, the Nintendo 3DS is going to be released in the US on March 27th, and it's going to cost $250, and in Europe it's going to be March 25th. I'm really excited for the Nintendo 3DS. I've already got mine pre-ordered. I went in about 2 weeks ago, put some money down on it, and now that I know when it's coming out, I'm even more excited. So far, from what I'm seeing, the graphics on it are really impressive, and also, I just have no idea how 3D is going to work with no glasses. I really just want to get my hands on one and see what it's like in person. My friend over in Japan went to a conference and was able to play it, and he couldn't even explain it. He just said it's really impressive. He really enjoyed it, and I trust his opinion, so I know I'm going to like it. And a few other features that it has that'll be a little bonus for me. It can play MP3, so that'll be cool, and it also has a web browser. So those are just two little additions that should be pretty nice. Another bit of news is Final Fantasy XIII-2 was announced for release later on this year. And you guys know how I felt about Final Fantasy XIII, so I'm not sure if I'll pick that one up right when it comes out. But they also posted another trailer for Final Fantasy XIII Versus. And I'm not even sure if this is a real game. They've been putting it off for so long. But this trailer looks really good. They're moving farther away from the Final Fantasy roots, and it looks more like a hack and slash. But it definitely looks like a lot of fun. I'll put a link to both of those trailers down in the description. Definitely check them out. Final Fantasy XIII Versus looks pretty impressive. I might be picking that one up pretty soon after it comes out. And speaking of Final Fantasies, the original Final Fantasy creator, Hironobu Sakaguchi, developed and released a game in Japan called The Last Story. I'm really hoping this game gets a US release. I've been watching trailers for it, and it looks really impressive. A lot of Sakaguchi's games haven't been huge hits over here, Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon, but now that he's teamed up with Nintendo, I'm hoping it's going to be a big success, and they'll bring it over to the US. First, and probably most importantly, is I finally beat Uncharted 2. And I could finally see why this was everyone's game of the year last year. It is just incredible. I couldn't believe how good it was. And aside from Super Mario Galaxy 2, this is definitely the most impressive game this generation. It was so good that my brother came over for Christmas and I decided to have him try it out. And he sat down and played it for hours, and he ended up beating the entire game in 3 sittings. And if you saw my tutorials for Modern Warfare 2 where I was training my brother to play the game, he hasn't played a video game since Super Mario Bros. 3, so for him to sit down and beat the game in 3 sittings is pretty impressive and tells you a lot about the game. If you haven't played Uncharted 2 yet, do yourself a favor, go out, pick it up, and play it. You will not be disappointed. It's pretty cheap now, and I'm just really excited for Uncharted 3. I didn't know what I was missing out on, and I'm glad to have finally completed it. After I beat Uncharted 2, I moved on to Kirby's Epic Yarn for the Nintendo Wii, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Honestly, I haven't really played many Kirby games, so I didn't really know what to expect, and I heard from a lot of people that it's not really a traditional Kirby game, but I decided to go out, pick it up, see what it's all about, and after playing it for a little bit, I was having a lot of fun with it. It's incredibly simple though. Everybody else says it too. You can't really die, so you don't really feel any sense of danger, but it's just a lot of fun. It's real cutesy, and it's got some pretty good controls. I like some of the game mechanics it had. But after I played, I probably played for about 3 hours straight and went through the first 3 or 4 worlds, and I just got cuted out by it. It's so cutesy, and I kind of took a break, and my cousin had got me some Xbox or Microsoft points for Christmas. So I decided to download a game that he recommended, and it's Super Meat Boy. And Super Meat Boy is the complete opposite of Kirby's Epic Yarn. Super Meat Boy costs 800 Microsoft points, and it is definitely worth it. I've probably already gotten 15 to 20 hours out of this game, and I'm having a ton of fun with it. I'm going to be playing it a lot more. It's a really challenging platformer, and even though it's a complete blast and I'm having so much fun with it, sometimes it just makes me want to throw the controller through the screen. I'll show a little bit of gameplay about how challenging some of the levels can be, but it's so much fun. I don't know why it's so addicting, but I just keep wanting to play more. And as you all know, I really enjoy challenging games, so if you like a little bit of a challenge, definitely check this one out. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. And if you don't want to play the really challenging levels, you can just play a little bit of the easier ones and not have to worry about breaking your TV. Oh, and it's got some really awesome game references. The next game is also loaded with tons of retro game references, and it's Pilgrim Versus the World. It's available on the Xbox Live as download, and it is one of the best co-op games this generation. If you enjoy games like River City Ransom, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, any of those retro side-scroller beat-em-ups, you are guaranteed gonna like this game. Take it from me, if you like those old Nintendo games or Genesis games, definitely pick this one up. You can play with 4 people co-op, and it's a lot of fun. They really incorporated the co-op elements well. You'll be fighting enemies, and if one player gets knocked down, you can run over and bring them back to life so they don't actually lose a life. And it's a lot of fun. I had friends just come over, and we played 4 people all in the same room and just had a complete blast. The only problem with the game is you can only play local multiplayer, so you have to have real friends over to play the game, but you can still play it single player, and I would highly recommend having friends over and playing the co-op. I also snuck in a little bit of time with 2 other games, Alan Wake and Call of Duty Black Ops. I've only played about an hour of each of these games, but so far they both look pretty good, and I'm looking forward to playing them this month. I was planning to have more time to play games this past month, but with work I just really couldn't get through them, so I picked up a big stack of games that I'm going to try and get through. And the first one, my cousin let me borrow Castlevania Lords of Shadow, so I'm hoping that I can get through that one. I mentioned that before. Also, Dante's Inferno. Forza Motorsport 3, I heard a lot about this game and I have never tried it out, so I got it pretty cheap. Also, Darksiders, I heard a ton about this game. This might be the next one I try right after Call of Duty and Alan Wake, but I've been hearing really great things and people are comparing it to Zelda, and I really have no idea from the trailers how it could be like Zelda, so I'm looking forward to playing it and trying it out. Also, I picked up Nier, and I don't know too much about this other than that it's kind of weird. And the last one is Bayonetta. I rented this game and only played about 2 hours and wasn't huge on it, but a lot of people have been recommending it, and Jumble Junkie was just raving about this game, so I had to pick it up, give it another shot, and hopefully I'll enjoy it. So hopefully I can play these games. A lot of them look really good, and I'm looking forward to playing them this month. Hopefully I'll have more time than I did last month, and I didn't have any time to make a Games I Bought Recently video yet. I'm going to try and get one up. It'll be a little bit late because I normally put it up the first week of the month, and if I can't get it up, I'll just combine it with the February and have tons of games to show you because I did pick up some retro stuff, so look forward to that. And also, remember to leave a suggestion for my 5,000 subscriber special. I'm really curious to see what you guys want to see for that, and I'm Dinky Dana. Thanks for watching.